This is about a woman who had a dream the day before Valentine's Day. So she goes to see her husband, and she tells him, I had this dream last night, and in the dream, I got a diamond ring. What do you think that means? And he said to her, tomorrow, during our Valentine's Day dinner, you will know. She gets all excited. The day after, they have this fancy dinner with candles, wine, beautiful food, and then the husband gives her a box beautifully wrapped with a red ribbon. She gets all excited. She opens the box, and inside there is a book called The Meaning of the Dreams. So I want to talk to you today about the impossible dream. You see, if there is something that I learned, and I will talk a little bit more about that, hopefully in a little bit, but especially in these days, that success doesn't happen by accident. Success doesn't happen by accident. You see, we don't just graduate from school or from university. Doesn't work that way. We have to work hard to work that, right? We don't just have a successful marriage or relationship. Just doesn't happen like that. We wish we have one, but we have to put our effort into it. We don't just lose 20 pounds. We have to do something so we can achieve that goal. So success does not happen by accident. We need a plan. We need a strategy to follow that plan. And we need hard work. There are three elements that they are absolutely necessary. We need to know what to do, and many times how to do it as well. I was thinking, sometimes when we want to go to a destination, thank God in this generation we have GPS in our cars. But even with that, you need to know the address where you're going. You need to know your destination so you can enter that information, and then with that, you can arrive to your destinations. Otherwise, just by driving your car around, you don't go anywhere. You need to know where to go, and you need to make a plan to be there. And you see what happened is, of course, we all have dreams. We all wish to do great things. But then we get disappointed if that doesn't happen. But you see, if we don't do something towards that wish, towards that goal, of course we are going to get disappointed because it's not going to happen by accident. There is a wonderful story from the Torah that reminds me exactly of that, and that is the story of Jacob. Remember that he had to run away from his home because he cheated his brother about the firstborn rights, and then he did it again when he pretended to be his brother to receive his father's blessing. Long story short, he has to run away, and eventually he wanted to come back. He had this wish, he has this dream of reconciliation with his brother. But he knew this principle. He knew things don't happen by accident, so he made a plan. If you read the story, long story short, he divided his people into two different camps, just in case his brother will be a little crazy and will try to attack them. At least one half will survive. But he also prepared presents to appease his brother. He sent messengers. He bowed down to him. And he also prayed to God. Nothing wrong with that, in fact. But the thing is, even Jacob's story, he prayed to God only after he crafted this very detailed plan. And the rabbis say that that's why we pray to God. When we pray to God for the success of our endeavor, what we are saying to God is, God, I'm going to do my 100%. After that, we rely on you to help us with whatever we cannot do. And that's a perfect partnership that we can do with God to achieve our wishes, to achieve our dreams. We plan, we do our best, and then God will take it over from there. And that's exactly what happened with Jacob. But this principle even applies to God. That's how we come to this week's Parsha. God also had a dream. God had a dream for the people of Israel. God had a dream of this nation now free from Egypt, free from slavery, that they are going to go to the promised land, and they are going to be messengers of God to create something that we call tikkun olam, to repair this world, to make this world a better place. That was God's wish. That was God's dream. But God also knew that things don't happen by accident. So God also created a plan and a strategy to achieve that goal. And we read about that this week. Last week was all about the dream, the revelation, feeling the presence of God on Sinai. This week's Parsha, Mishpatim, if you read it, it's all about commandments, mitzvot, things that we should do not only towards God, but also towards other people. Laws to organize and to keep the peace in a society. This is the follow-up of that original dream. God had a dream, but immediately God gave us the plan and the strategy. We call it mitzvot, to help God to achieve that dream. We all want to do wonderful things in here. We also want to achieve tikkun olam. But the dream by itself is not enough. We need a plan. We need a strategy. Speeches about how racism should end and we should not discriminate. They're great, but they're wishes. Without a plan, without a strategy, without hard work, nothing is going to happen. So this Parsha is an invitation to stop for a second and to think of all these wonderful wishes that we have for ourselves and for the world. But we also have to learn from this Parsha that nothing is going to happen unless we do something for that wish to become a reality. Because remember, wishes and dreams don't work unless you do. Shabbat Shalom.